Okay, so another question regarding some agile practices. One is user stories, and the other is business requirements, which I wouldn't really say are agile practices. It's just something that we typically see in project planning. Business requirements, how do they relate to user stories and acceptance criteria, or is there a relationship?
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on that. I mean, at the end of the day, when we need to get work done, oftentimes somebody writes down some notes. I mean, me personally, we're working on a system right now, and these are my notes. I'm literally writing down what needs to be done as bullet points. Some companies that are larger get a lot more in depth, and so it's not just a few bullet points on a sheet, but we're talking about a phone book worth of the system shall do X, Y, and Z. And they
Right.
oftentimes can be very prescriptive, like the button is on the lower left and it does exactly this when you press it, and a report shall come out that says CSV and it shall contain all of this data. And your developer is just built to spec. It says exactly this, I will do exactly that. But there's no focus on the problem that you're solving. And so if a developer is reading these things and goes, well, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense that the button is over here. It would make sense for it to be over here as it follows, say, max standards. But okay, that's what the requirements say, so I'm just going to keep doing it this way. We have sign off in a contract. Lots of disadvantages. In other words, it's hard to make trade offs. Developers have a hard time pivoting if an idea is not going to work out according to plan. Moreover, if you've got customers who change their mind or decide, hey, that doesn't really solve my problems, it's too late. It's locked in, it's in a phone book, that's a change request. So these other requirement types are quite a bit different. And you know what, I'll leave that one for you, Greg, to discuss. That's been a subject you've been working on a lot lately.
Well, sure. Um, Business requirements. I have a problem with the word requirements, not just in general because it's a bad word, but it has a lot of connotation with it that says this must be, that there's negotiation. It's required. Now that it's said, now that it's written, it shall be delivered no matter what.
Mhm.
I think that that is a misnomer, especially if you're in a project or a product environment that change is anticipated and expected. Requirements can actually put us in a mindset that does not allow innovation to occur. We look at things as requirements. And if we're writing user stories with the purpose of satisfying a business requirement instead of creating a conversation in which a problem is there to be solved in an organic and perhaps a innovative way, depending on where we are today, not what we thought we would be 3 months ago, we could get ourselves into a situation to where user stories are not being used for their purpose. And that's to create a conversation around what problem we're trying to solve and to be able to adapt that solution at the time that solution is built instead of trying to decide 6 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever the case might be. So I would love to see a shift from the idea of requirements and more of an idea around the problem to solve.
Sure, problems to solve. And there was one more piece in there, the acceptance criteria. So oftentimes if there's specific criteria your solution must meet, for example, hey, I'm really thirsty and I like temperature controlled water. Can you build me a water bottle? Well, how big should it be? What color do you want it? How many ounces? How long should it stay cold? That might be acceptance criteria. And sometimes that looks a little like requirements, but in the context of the problem you're solving.
Yeah, I like that.
If you like this video, just leave us a comment. And if you got some positive feedback, we'd love to hear it. And if you've got some negative feedback, well, we'd love to hear that too.
And be sure to check out our description. We have our email list there and our upcoming classes so you can upgrade your knowledge and work on a certification.